This video recording is to demonstrate how to add a sermon post to the Wycomico Presbyterian website. This is our current website and the sermon page. And we have a little introduction. And on the right, the website or the platform WordPress automatically, saves all your previous posts. And then it puts up the last one. They don't do it by themselves. You have to tell them to do it, but that's the settings we have now. So there's a little introduction. You can continue reading, and that's that. And you see the date and the title of the writer or whoever wrote the post or blog or sermon. So how do you do this? Well, you need to go to the login page, wycomicopresbyterian.org/wp-login.php, and get your username and log in. Of course, WordPress and a lot of these website builders are plug and play, or sometimes they're drag and drop, whatever. But there's not a whole lot of code involved. Until you get into problems, that's when it helps to know some code to help fix your problems. But this is all pretty straightforward. So here's the dashboard for what some people call, I think, the back end. And you just click mouse over the word new, click on post, okay? And we're going to add this post. Now what I do, I usually open up pastor's blog posts here. And then, but sometimes I think it's helpful to put it on a different window. So I have it open in a different window here, if I can find it. Okay. So I think that's the last one. Yeah, creating promise out of pain. So what I do, I click on the last one rather than just on the marykay.blogspot.com. Okay, in other words, this. Okay, I'm going to click on this last link. And this just makes it more convenient, so it's not that long of a page. And also, when you do like a copy, copy, save all, select all, that sort of thing. You're not selecting 10,000 words by mistake. Okay. So what I'm going to do first is grab the title. I just double click that or triple click it, whatever you got to do. Copy that title. Then we'll tap on the picture. The way it's set up, it will open in a separate link. I'm going to right click that and save the image. Hopefully this thing will act better now. I tried to do this recording a while ago. The memory was terrible. So here's the title we have now for this picture. Not sure what that's about. I guess it's as good as any title. And I'm saving it to a certain folder. And normally the WordPress will automatically go back to that same folder. It doesn't always do it. If you've been using another folder, it'll start going there. But anyway, it tends to default to that. And so I'm going to save that. Okay. You see that it's downloaded the picture to my downloads, but it's actually not going to the download file. It's going to that folder that I showed you. This is the one we just did. Now you can see how big it is, but we need to know how wide it is. So I want to look at it in the folder. Here it is here. It's doing this again. Memory is problems right now. Problems with memory. It won't even show me the picture yet. Maybe it will in a moment. It did a while ago. It'll clear up here in a minute, hopefully. Just gotta wait. You'll see what I'm doing soon. In other words, when you mouse over a picture, ordinarily it will tell you what the size is. There's different ways to do it. You can right click it. If your memory's not hogged like mine is right now. So yeah, things getting worse, I guess. Okay, well, that was a mistake, wasn't it? Wow. I thought I got some of this cleared up. Okay, good. Looks like it's back now. Okay, now you see your size there, dimensions, 5400 by 3600. For the blog or sermon posts, they don't like it bigger than 1600 at the maximum. So we need to reduce that. So just open that up, and I just use Paintbrush for that. Click on the resize button, hit the pixels, and 1500 is a good safe number of pixels to use. You can go 1600, but I like to just keep it low. Okay, still a really big picture. Look how big it is. But whatever, it's pretty. All right, so we're going to save that. Okay, it's just, I think that's saved. It's awful fast. Finally did something fast. That's good. Okay, so it's still doing this thing again where it's going through all the pictures. Evidently, I need to, I need to delete some of these pictures here. Okay, so back to our website, I think. Yeah, I think that's where we want to go. All right, we're going to put our title in because I copied that a while ago. Okay, I got to check on this phone for 1 second. Okay, looks like it might be okay. It's family. All right, creating promise out of pain. Now we've got our picture, and we're going to add that picture, upload it to the WordPress platform, or to the server, I guess you would say. Finally, the picture showed up. Okay, there it is. Now we know it's the right size now, so it should, okay, whatever, farther away. So it did load up. If it's bigger than 1600, a lot of times it doesn't like to load up. There's to be a pain in the butt. It might eventually go through. You'll end up with 3 copies. So just take my advice, do 1500 max, and you'll have no problem. Okay, so that's in there now. So now a little thing I like to do is do an alignment here. So the text will wrap to the right of the picture. So I've got that. So I'm just going to click on the picture and then with the right arrow on my keyboard. So I think you can see it now. Yep. The cursor is right there. That's where we want it. All right. And so I think I'll go ahead with this other procedure first. Let's go put the sermon text in there. Okay. And so we have this. Now, you see the sermon starts with a scripture passage, and it has a link built in. I used to do this link by hand, but I found out you don't have to. So that's super convenient. Just copy that. Go back to your called the dashboard or back end. Some people call it the back end of the website. And I just put that there at the top. You see it already has the link built in. It's going to be a different color because it has a link. Okay, now we're going to go back, go down to the text itself, and do a little click to the left of the first word or letter, and scroll down to the last word or letter, or period. Hit that, and hit copy all. Oh, rats. Messed up. Do it over again, Jim. Yep, messed up. Making too hard. Okay, click to the left of that letter. Click to the right of the last period. Then hit copy or Control C. Okay, that's copied. I go back to this. I'm going to paste that in. Okay, so that's all in there. So I can just scroll up and see where I'm at. All right, but one thing I like to do lately is to give the attribution to the picture right directly under the picture. Unfortunately, it looks like the link won't be included, but I don't think it's much. I don't think that's much of a loss, particularly. It does have the attribution. People know where to look for it. Okay, so I'm going to put that here in the caption place. I was hoping it would keep the link there, but it doesn't do that. Okay, here's the attribution. In this case, we don't have a link today, which kind of suits just fine. But if it did have a link, it will lose it. I just did it a while ago, and it will lose that link. So like I said, it doesn't really have to have it. It's not that big a deal. You can see how that's in a different type style. I guess you could do that on here if you wanted to. I'll put it here for now. Now let's put .com. Okay, just to make it official. All right, I'm going to update that. So now that appears under the picture. I do like to give it a little different look. So you see it is smaller, so I like that. This doesn't offer a centering thing. You could try it by hand. So I don't think this will work. So the text itself that we're doing is already left, a line left, so that's not going to work on the caption. You just have to do this by hand. I'm going to try a little trick to see if it'll work. Hit Control C, I think it is. Didn't work. All right, so we'll just basically just hit the space bar, line it up. Looks pretty good. It's a smaller type that looks nice. I usually just go ahead with a non-sans serif type font there. Sans serif, that's how you say it. Okay, so we have this much done. Okay, now we want to go back, and actually I think we're done everything we need on this page. Okay, there's nothing else to add. So I can leave it. Of course, it might be easier to read the sermon there, because one thing you need to do is, the next thing you have to do is read the entire sermon. All right, and again, like I said, the blog post is probably an easier place to read the sermon because it's a more narrow, the paragraphs are more narrow. But what we need to do now is to give the correct author's name for the sermon. And this little box includes everybody who has a login to the website. Okay, there's that. Let's get up near the top. Okay, nothing else needs to be changed, but you want to click the categories that the sermon or post will be included in. It's included in the sermons from 2023, included in the folder of live stream. And also would put in uncategorized in case a person looks things up and doesn't have a specific category they're looking for. Okay, for the tags, what I do, go there, read the sermon, and you see HBO Succession. You might put that in. People might be doing a search online for that about that TV show, and that'll send them to our website by having that tag. I think I should put the HBO in there. I'll do that. And you have the story of Abraham, Sarah, and Hagar, Isaac, and Ishmael, and how faith is involved in people's lives, how you have to trust the Lord, and not only have faith and pray, but also act. And so it's a good lesson. Okay, now, so I've collected the tags already. Already a few down here. Now, usually you enter them by hand, one at a time. You can either post them one at a time, or you can put commas after them. And that's what I'm doing here. Normally, you just post them one at a time. But if you want to, you can put them in here, put commas after each one, and then hit add. And in either way you do it, it's going to add those tags. And they'll appear at the bottom of the sermon. So we're just about done. That's usually the last thing I'll do. You could preview it if you do happen to see there was a typo in this. I guess you would call it that. A little bit of bad grammar. The aging patriarch of a wealthy and powerful family is just a partial sentence. So taking a little bit of liberty here. The story. Is that good? The plot, the story is about an aging patriarch. Okay, so that'll be saved in a moment. And I think that was the only thing I noticed. Okay, we've done everything pretty well. We could include these As, Safa, and Al Marwa. I think that might be good to tag as well. You never know what people are looking for online. And one thing I messed up here, I think, was this word succession. I'm going to take that out and and put HBO's Succession. Okay, and this I can add that separately if I want to, or I can put it in a line. And what was the other thing? Okay, what is Arab words? Mountains, As-Safa and Al-Marwa. Should just copy and paste it, be easier. I'm trying to remember that. Al-Marwa. It's like Delmarva. So let's put that here. I put a comma and put Al-Marwa. Okay. And we'll add those. Double check the spelling. Okay, looks good. Now we're done and hit publish. You just have to wait for a moment. This little thing up top is going to go around and around, and it's going to reload the page when it's done. There's lots of features on this WordPress platform. A lot of things that have been added in over the years, a lot of plugins and things for our convenience. And it just takes a while to learn each one, all the items that are in there. But the blessing is that these, they call plugins and themes, do a lot of the work for you. You don't have to write any code. You just click on that plugin and put it where you want it. But it is a challenge, I have to say. I think it was. So I'd recommend doing what I didn't do. Go ahead and watch some videos. How to, because I'm going to check how this looks. There's a link to it there. I can link it there, or I can link it here. Okay. I'm going to check it out. Okay, there it is. Creating promise out of pain. I would like this a little lower. I'd have to change that in the CSS settings, but I don't think it's that big a deal. Okay, you see there it is. It's added the title to the top of the most recent post. Has the link. Now, if you click on this link right as it is now, I've made a mistake. In my opinion, I made a mistake that when I click this link, it's going to go to another website. That's okay. But I'd rather not do that. I'd rather open another tab to do that. So we need to edit that. Just hit edit post. Go back here. Here's this thing for this link, and then there's a little edit. Okay, that's the actual link. And then here's the settings. I'm telling you just to open the link in a new tab. That's how easy that is. So I'm going to update that. Anything you change, you have to update, or it won't show up. And I'm going to fight this thing now, I guess. Just want to go down to the bottom. You see at the bottom. Oh, where is it? Okay. Maybe it'll show it later. It should show it now, as a matter of fact, because I made a change. After you posted anything, if you make a change, it'll save the changes. So you see the revisions. I made 2 revisions. If you had a revision that you don't like, you can go back down there to an older copy of the page. Just amazing how much stuff is out there on servers. It's just unnecessary, but someday it might be. Okay, so that's fine. That should be fine. If you click on preview changes, rather than the way I've already done it, it'll open a new tab. That's fine. Just remember that you still got to update. If you preview something, it looks good, but it's not online yet. So you still have to hit update for it to go online. So now let's look at our website. Okay, here's the Wycomico Presbyterian website. See, Creative Hospitality has been added to. Oh, that's not the new one. That's the old one. So I'm going to refresh this page. So there's the new one, Creating Promises Out of Pain. Nice title. And then there's the picture and a little blurb, just an introduction that can continue reading if you want. And at this point, there's some little problem here. I don't know if I showed it to you already, but I'll try to fix it. The way that, for some reason, for the way the tags are now, I'm not sure how this started happening. The tags, you can't hardly read them unless you mouse over them. I don't like that at all. Of course, you don't have to be able to see the tags for them to work. They work in search engines. But I'm going to fix that background. And that might be tricky. that's where the CSS settings are included. That's about it. I think that covers virtually everything I'd like to say about this. And I hope this has been helpful. And now I can remember how to turn this off. If not.